else. So it was a good move. Last question, I guess, that I'll throw out there. How do you feel as a move for Atlanta? What it was?
Didn't get much.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't get much.
Sort of a neutral thing. I think Atlanta, they've got to figure out what they want to do at quarterback. It's time. I mean, they need to get the successor going. They've got a rebuild going. They really do. So I think at Julio's age and everything, it was a good move for him to get out of Atlanta to get some fresh whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a good move.
So didn't Phil Collins have a song back in the day? Julio? Oh, that was Studio. Okay, side question. So, T-Dog, I hear you saying that Ryan Tannehill is more than a game manager. Lugs, I hear you saying he's maybe not even a game manager. Is that about right?
I'm just not impressed when it comes time to put up or shut up with Tannehill at this point. I think he's a quality quarterback, but I don't put him in a tier with, say, Rodgers and the guys of that level. He's a level below them for me.
Well, from him saying that, I think it's always like putting stuff in context. I think I agree with him. I think the thing I think some people think is outrageous. Like, yeah, is he a top 5 quarterback? No, I wouldn't put him as like top 5 quarterback. The people that like think is out of the realm of possibilities that he's a top 10 quarterback, it's like, well, let's really honestly, I mean, we can do that maybe in a later show again. Let's honestly break down like the top 25 or whatever quarterback. I think he's probably closer to 10 than he is 15. I'll just put it that way.
So I would probably agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lugs and I are actually coming from the same place. It's just like, I guess the way we word it maybe sounds further apart. But yeah, I don't think he's like a superstar, but everyone who's still like, oh, this guy who Arthur Smith reclamated and turned into this wonderkid. Again, like as much as people kill Adam Gase, like he played pretty well. So
yeah.
So on the Kirk Cousins scale, which Lugs so much, Lugs loves so much.
Hey, speaking of bridesmaids, Phillip Rivers won the Good Guy of the Year award or whatever from the NFL. That lets you know that's Miss Congeniality in the USA's pageant right there. Come on. The Good Guy
there
award.
She is. Yeah. All right, so we're on the NFL. Let's talk a little bit. Do we really have to? Aaron Rodgers. Go ahead. I don't even know where to go with that. Somebody else speak about it.
He didn't show up
today
for the first, mini camps. But I think, to me, when you have the management there saying that he has now divided the fan base, that says to me they may move him. They just might do it.
Really?
They've got till July 1st. And I don't know. But it's like you've got 2 camps here, and they aren't anywhere near an agreement on anything. So I just it's coming to that time where it's like do something. You're going to have to do something, or just shut up. Both sides, Aaron Rodgers and the management at Green Bay.
Shut it down.
Yeah, just reading, like the team could fine Rodgers up to $93,000 dollars for missing 3 days of minicamp. I don't know what that factors into Bitcoin. The Packers are also required to fine Rodgers $50,000 for every day of training camp he misses. So that's obviously coming up later on this summer. So yeah, this is where his conviction will really be tested. Obviously, the amount of money he has. I mean, I won't use the actual term because I don't know what our explicit nature in terms of our audio is. He has developed what is defined as FU money. So he doesn't necessarily have to come back. But like it'll
What?
be it'll be interesting to see if he stays out. I mean, you know what? If you've already started to this extent, why even come back? I mean, he seems to enjoy stories. You know, it seems to enjoy creating narratives. Like
He
you might
is
as
a
well,
drama queen.
yeah,
He
you
is
might as
sort
well
of-
ride this out.
Yeah. Well, now the mini camp money, they can forgive that, but training camp, no. The CBA says you got to pay those fines. But you know, and that gets into real money. If he misses entire training camp, that's like a couple of $1 million that he'll be fined. That's real money that you ain't getting back, Jack.
And his girlfriend Woodley, those diversion movies didn't do as well as everyone thought. So I mean, it's not as easy, you know?
Right? and State Farm, you know, it pays him a little money, but they're actually sliding away from him and going with our fellow in Kansas City. So
yeah. Well, and on top of it too, like at this point, Jake's been hitting the gym on such a regularity, which is really impressive considering the pandemic. You know, like why even have Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes? I mean, you know, Jake's the breakout star of these State Farm commercials. My goodness.
Jake from State Farm. Okay, so in Wisconsin, they would call that he's going to lose a lot of cheddar, right? Okay.
Right. The one thing about Rodgers that I'll say is I never saw him with a cheese head on. You know what I mean? I can see him with a mortarboard on, you know, as some sort of intellectual, but not a cheese head. He wasn't a guy that was going out to the local bar and grill and having a few, I don't think.
Yeah, building off of what Lug says, if Aaron Rodgers was a cheese, which type of cheese would he be? I would say, you go, Lug.
I was just going to say Roquefort.
Roquefort is it? I'm going to go. I'm going Havarti. That's the one. That's kind of that, you know, sweet nice cheese.
Dessert cheese.
Yeah, that's a nice. It's got a nice bouquet, I believe. You'd say that about cheese or wine. I don't know, but go ahead.
What's a good cheese that goes with grapes on a charcuterie board with like a nice like red wine?
Isn't that blue cheese?
Well, blue cheese or a good sharp cheddar.
I would say he's a very expensive blue cheese. That's what I would do.
Welcome to Cheese and Other Stuff, brought to you in part by America's Dairyland, Wisconsin, home of the cheddar curtain.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan Tannehill, by the way, white cheddar.
Okay, what about Kirk Cousins? What would he be?
Gouda. He's a soft cheese.
All right, let's get out of here. Hall of Fame horse trainer Bob Baffert receives a 2-year ban from Churchill Downs after his Derby-winning horse Medina Spirit fails that second blood test following the greatest 2 minutes in sports. So, guys, will he rebound? Will horse owners still want him to train their ponies? What do you think?
Yes. Now, I will say this. Ben Jones is clapping his hands in his grave right now because he's still the man.
It's true.
After all these years. So, but yeah, Baffert will be back. I mean, the sport, it needs somebody like Baffert. It really does. So he'll be back.
Yeah, I think well, and I know I've probably said this, and I guess like my main stance is always going to be saying was like horse racing is built around gambling. It's built around like this is not like anyone who always wants to go like sanctimonious and be like, oh, we can't have this in horse racing or
the
whatnot.
Sport
like,
of kings, right?
It's a part of the DNA of it and also just racing in general. It's like, you know, not to get into cycling. I know that's a completely different beast. Like it's the funny thing about like the Lance Armstrong thing where they wanted to kill him. And look, I'm not saying obviously he was a cheater. I'm not trying to protect him, but like when you see like any like documentaries, it feels like everybody was doping. So it's like, isn't he still the winner almost technically because everyone else was cheating? He was the best cheater.
I still see people wearing those yellow bracelets. I don't know, man.
Yeah. And then I think I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think it's different cheating with horse racing. And I'm not apologizing for Baffert. You look at how many races he was caught with, and I don't know, maybe to be fair, like a lot of the the catches they've got, maybe they've just gotten better, and they're all like lumped in more recently. But he has over, I think, like 13,000 races in which he's been a trainer, and I think the number in which he's been caught cheating is like 30 in the 30s or 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
and mostly those are minor things like too much Lasix. This growth hormone thing that's an issue. But most of those were, because they give them all Lasix because it opens up their lungs and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like you were saying, come on, you got guys out there with cigars, and yeah, babe, come on, give me another one. So kind of a thing. It's not like it's the classiest sport. We try to pretend that it's the sport of kings. No, it's not.
You're saying there's a little underworld element to that? Just a touch?
The soft white underbelly is pretty large and folding over the belt buckle in horse racing.
We call that a Dunlap. It Dunlapped over the belt. Yeah. Okay. That's enough symbol. All right. So, did they get that LASIK, John LASIK or John Kenyon LASIK Institute?
Well, it may not help your vision. May not help your vision, but
or Dr. Beisers or somewhere. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, Lugs, you wanted to do a little something called Sports of Yesteryear. Here comes the big open. Get ready. Here we go. Here's Lugs. He's out and about. He's doing his thing. He's got Sports of Yesteryear.
All right, gang. An important year, 1966. The NFL and AFL announced plans to become the NFC and AFC in 1970. Wow. And that has gone well. That has really put football on the map.
That's gone well.
Speaking of football, they're saying they're going to play a game in Germany. So I wonder, if Jacksonville can fly that far.
Jawohl.
In 1969, legend Mickey Mantle gives his farewell retirement speech at Mickey Mantle Day at Yankee Stadium. His number was retired. Now, for those of you who like the sport on ice, in 1976, Bobby Orr signed a five-year deal with the Chicago Blackhawks. That's your ice news. And in 1991, former New York Jet Mark Gastineau won his first pro boxing fight in 7 seconds. He fought his wife for the alimony, I think. So that's that. That's Sports of Yesteryear, gang.
Indeed it is. Yes, it is. Sports of Yesteryear. Alimony check? Wow. Mark Gastineau was the star of a boxing ring in 7 seconds. That's it for now. All right, guys, what else do we have on this edition? Our fans missed us last week, so anything to catch up on here?
Well, I just wanted to say, baseball this year has been the year of the pitcher, and now they've stopped them from using illegal substances. And so they'd had more no-hitters than ever in history of the game. But it's like everybody knew people were using whatever, Vaseline, spit, whatever they could get away with. And all of a sudden, nobody's hitting home runs, and people tune in to see the home runs. Nobody wants to watch a defensive game, really.
You don't like a good 6-3 put out? You don't like that?
No, man. It's just and speaking of nobody wants to watch a defensive game, the Floyd Mayweather fight with that guy that wandered off the street. I think he parked his cab outside and just walked in and took a pounding for 8 rounds. I'll give him that.
But he probably made $500,000 or something, didn't he?
I guess. I don't know. I give it to Floyd Mayweather trying to keep on. He's 45 now. He's 20 years past what he was. But anyway, that's my side note there.
You think his next opponent will be Kirk Cousins, maybe?
Sure. Yeah, the Gouda Cheese Bowl.
Speaking of underworld, what else? T-Dog, you got anything else?
I was gonna say I just want to pay respects to Jim Fossil, the New York Giants coach who just passed away today, I believe. You know, he was